Welcome to this channel. So in the past few days, I have shared many videos which is presenting a big picture of ancient Wing Chun have already migrated to United States and it has been mapped into sports science. Particularly, I share the YouTube on the reform of Wing Chun a few days ago, which share the uniqueness of Wing Chun. And also, yesterday I shared the different level of Qigong training in Wing Chun, which is now can be mapped into, say, the VO2 max. Now, still after I share all this component, many Kung Fu friends and Wing Chun friends still asking questions like, can you please do a demonstrations with a partner how your Wing Chun works? Or commenting on, oh, this will get into no mind. Now, let's talk about no mind. Have anybody really studied with a Zen patriarch or any Zen teacher, monk, on what is Zen? If one never, please do not use the term no mind. Do you know there's a precept in Buddhism, in the Buddha's teaching? So, in the Buddha's teaching, if one talk about something which one have never experienced, one don't know it clearly, that is violating the precepts of lying. So say if I using the term no mind, no mind, no mind, no mind, no mind, but I have no idea what it is. That is breaking the precepts of lying. That's how serious it is, Buddhism. Buddhism is like not like today. Everybody talk this big terms and whatever. So today, if you want to use the Buddha's teaching, left and right, you see everybody is breaking the precepts of lying because they don't know what they're talking about. That's the bottom line. So in Buddha's teaching, you don't talk about things you don't know, don't have experience, and do not have the handling. It's because you do not want to mislead other people. So in this channel, if you don't understand what you're talking about, please do not comment on it because that is not proper in an education or in a technical discussion. Now, speaking of continuously, there are Kung Fu friends, Wing Chun friends, and sometimes it is because they want to challenge me and saying, why don't you get a partner to demo? This type of questions, after I have shared so many video on details, those people who ask this type of questions is just telling me they are clueless. For example, you want to know about the Wing Chun uniqueness, the very basic. 3, 4 days ago when I shared that YouTube on Wing Chun reform, the entire thing is there. Can one see it? If one cannot see that, what's good for the any demo or anything? Not to mention, is demo real? I never believe in demo. I never. Because demo is just show business. Why? Because For past few days, including yesterday on the Qigong, I have already presented to the world, you know what is real? The real is that one need to get the functional training and then go do full contact sparring with the high VO2 max. That is real. The rest is nonsense. If anything cannot be used in the or show up in the full contact sparring, for example, like the Thai boxing, the full contact where you can get KO, there's no gear, like the Kyokushin or the MMA, those type of category. Without that, forget about all this demo. Some say, well, Hendrik, why don't you just show me your uh, Wing Chun demo so I can understand it? Because one picture is better than 1,000 words. Are you serious? This is showing me clueless. Why? It's only yesterday. I put the mouth guard, sorry, the breathing mouth guard or the breathing training tools. So what does this indicate? This is breathing training. This is VO2 max. This is your muscular and your cardio endurance with the Red Bull training band. This is called the functional training. Look at all those really serious MMA player, Western boxing player. Didn't they do that? So with the breathing, in the high-tech or sports science type of breathing training, the VO2 max, the muscular or cardiovascular endurance, and then on top of that, you have the multi-directional strength or force, and then the momentum and the recycling momentum. That is the basic functional training. What good at all to do them or oh, tan sao, fok sao, all this hand. If you don't have this, and even if one have this, one need to have a VO2 max at the grade of good grade, okay? The grading, the score of good. Only one have that, one be able to go full contact sparring where one can get knocked out. That is real. What is all this hand techniques thing already? You do 60 years of that, what do you see? What have you seen? You can check thousands of YouTube on the demo, Wing Chun demo. What do you learn? Is it real? Or how many seconds those type of stuff lasts in the UFC or in MMA fight? So this is the problem. You don't have the breathing training. You don't know the fitness, the VO2 max and the level. You don't have the development of cardiovascular and muscle endurance. You don't have the multi-directional strength and the momentum and the recycling momentum. You don't even have the basic. And anybody who have this basic know that they need this to do full contact sparring. Just sparring, not even the fight in the ring. And in the full contact sparring, have you ever see people use Tan Sao and Fok Sao and all those your Wing Chun? Get it real. Know what is the reality. So in the past few days, I already showed this very clearly. If you don't have this background, if you don't know the Wing Chun basic, you're not doing Wing Chun and you don't even condition, have the functional training to be able to play in the full contact sparring. Now we don't talk about who is the best fighter. Why? You need this functional training. You need to know the uniqueness to be able to play. I still remember when I was 15 years old, when I joined my Kyokushin Open. The first thing is you get up to the competition. You need to supposed to do a breaking. Either you want to use elbow break or hand break. Only you can break that. You can go join the fight. If you cannot break that, you cannot join the fight. That's when I was age 15. So the same. If one don't have this basic of handling or function, what Wing Chun are you talking about? You bullying somebody with aggressiveness, there's no Wing Chun. Okay? So if I just go show you this demo and that demo, this hand technique, that hand technique, then when I get into the action, I'm just using my aggressiveness to bulldoze, to bully, to weak people. Is that Wing Chun? Is that Chinese Kung Fu? Forget about it. That's why those kind of things cannot even handle a few seconds in the ring. Look at the fight between Lu Gang and Xi Xiaodong, or Ding Hao and Xi Xiaodong, or this Yi Changhua and Xi Xiaodong. Yi Changhua fighting the one arm boxer. And then after that, all kinds of talks. They're just showing that one have no idea what is going on. So it's like making a war and one don't even know what is the war is about. That is how sad it is. So again, the reason why I proposed the low cost VO2 max, the tracking and recovery tracking, the breathing training, okay, which is the ancient can be right now mapped into the modern sports science, the resistance bands, which is your muscular and cardiovascular endurance. And on top of that, the multi-directional strength, momentum, and recycling momentum, which is the uniqueness of Wing Chun. If one don't have this basic, what techniques? What techniques? For past few days, I already keeping saying that techniques mean nothing if one don't have this, what I just mentioned. And techniques mean nothing if one do not know about the uniqueness. Like the other day I said, everybody talk about Tan Sao, but how many talk about Tan Sao in the reality is you have to receive so that you can get in. And of course, you want to receive and get in, you have to handle this momentum and recycling momentum. So it's entire piece that is the bottom line. Now, this is not even talking about the the doing it really properly or be able to perform well in the full contact sparring where one can get KO. So this is just basic, really, really, really basic. Okay. So this need to be clear, or else it's like all the talks is like in a movie. And if you make Wing Chun that way, you know it's hopeless. That's why I propose to everybody just we need a Wing Chun West. Because right now, unless we get this thing sorted and clear, what is this movie? And Just watch the critics on Wing Chun from the MMA player and very famous YouTuber. See what it is. And of course, most of the viewer who subscribe to my channel is between 35-year-old to 70-year-old, and 35 to 55 is the big part of the viewer. And I'm 60 something. So we cannot afford to fooling around, wasting time, screw ourselves on nonsense. That's why I talk straight like that. Hey, we don't have life to waste. We need to know whether that thing works or that thing doesn't work. We don't even want to talk about who is number one fighter. This technique can beat that technique. Forget about this. Just really basic, elementary basic. If we don't get that, what do you get? Like yesterday, there's a kung fu friend messaged me telling me that, oh, he trained the hard chi kung too, but he what what he learned or how people taught him is this they what do you call it? They focus on the exhale. Well, there's a problem because if you don't have inhale, you just keeping exhale, you will get into hyperventilation. You get dizzy. So not all so-called demo or quote-unquote Chinese secret kung fu is good. As this case, your hard qi gong, if you keeping ki, punching ki, you think you can develop a good power? If you don't know about the inhale, the balance, the inhale, you're gonna get into trouble. That's why yesterday I showed the breathing pathway. That's why I share that we must use the Western sports science or the Western science breathing trainer today. Follow the scientific ways of training. This kind of stuff is, as soon as it violates humans' body, you're looking for trouble. So not all Chinese kung fu speculations or demo or theory is meaning that they are all proper today. In fact, most of them are partial, and some of them doesn't even work. So the best thing is breathing, your VO2 max, your red boat training band for our Wing Chun friends or the Wing Chun friends who want to uh, go for this reform, which is the Wing Chun West reform, because we need to walk this path. We cannot, well, sure, people who is free can keep following Asia movie and all this kind of stuff, but if one need to have the develop the real skill, you need to do this. So what is this guarantee? Is that Hendrik guarantee you become the best fighter? No, I don't guarantee you become the best fighter. I guarantee you, as soon as you use sports science and fit into Western medicines, you don't get screwed. And you know what is the reality. And you'll be able to know what our opponent in MMA, in Western boxing do. Not fantasy of our, oh, I can fly, I can fa jing, I have chi, those kind of nonsense, where it is break out of reality. So this is what I like to share with you today. You know, I don't like the wine, but the thing is that it seems that the world is, for some reason, get into like the quotas type of thinking, and one do not see reality anymore. It is very dangerous when one thinking of a tiger is a cat. So for me, this is what I like to share with you. I don't like to say this. I wish Uncle Bruce Lee still alive today. So all of this thing he will tell you, and you will listen to him better than me because I'm nobody. So this is what I like to share with you. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to buy in. Just do your investigations. Whatever I'm sharing in this channel, you don't want to believe me. You want to do the investigation to see whether what I'm presenting is according to the facts or not. Like the Buddha said, if you don't know that thing, you don't experience that thing, you cannot handle that thing, don't say it. So I want everybody to check it out. Of course, I'm not perfect. I can be wrong.